Bullets, as you will recall, are the simplest way to enhance text that needs to be listed. Any symbol, character available in the fonts can be used as a bullet. Word 2000 offers a default gallery of bullets for you to choose from. You can also select a different bullet or create your own. To use different bullets, you need to use the Bullets and Numbering dialog box. First, you select the text to be bulleted, or select the text that has been bulleted and for which you wish to change the bullet symbol. Select Format, Bullets and Numbering from the menu bar, or right-click the selection and select Bullets and Numbering from the shortcut menu. Click on the Bulleted tab if it is not in front. Select from the available gallery of alternative bullet types. Click on OK or press Enter. To remove bulleted formatting from a list, you need to select the bulleted text. Click on the bullets icon on the formatting toolbar to turn off the formatting. You can customize the bullets by changing the symbol or its font and position from the margin and the following text. To customize bullets, you need to invoke the Bullets and Numbering dialog box by selecting the bulleted text or text to be bulleted, right-clicking on the selected text, clicking on Bullets and Numbering, or selecting the bulleted text or text to be bulleted, and then selecting Format, Bullets and Numbering from the menu bar. This opens the Bullets and Numbering dialog box. Ensure that the Bulleted tab is in front. Then select a bullet of your choice from the gallery. Click on Customize to display the Customize Bulleted List dialog box. Use the Font button to change the font from the Fonts dialog box and click OK. Use the Bullet button to change the symbol. This opens the Symbol dialog box. In the Symbol dialog box, you can use bullets from any of the available fonts listed in the Fonts drop-down list. Select any one you like and click on OK. Back in the Customize Bulleted List dialog box, you can now set the bullet and text positions. Use the increment or decrement arrows next to the bullet position to increase or decrease the distance of the bullet from the left margin. Use the increment or decrement arrows next to the text position to increase or decrease the distance of the following text from the left margin. If you are not satisfied with your preferences, you can reset the customized bullet symbol to the default by clicking on the Reset button. Word 2000 now allows you to apply picture bullets to your lists. You need to use the Bullets and Numbering dialog box. Select the bulleted text or text to be bulleted. Select Format, Bullets and Numbering from the menu bar. Or right-click the selection and choose Bullets and Numbering from the shortcut menu. Click on the Picture button to open the Picture Bullet dialog box. Select the picture image that you would like to use as a bullet. Then click on the Insert Clip icon from the pop-up menu. The picture bullet would have been applied to your list. Like bullets, numbering also formats your text in points. But numbering uses a sequential series of numbers against each point in the list. You can select the default numbering or select a number style or format, or even select the starting number. To add the default numbering style to a list, you need to select the text to be numbered. Click on the numbering icon on the formatting toolbar. To use alternative number styles, you need to use the Bullets and Numbering dialog box. Select the text to be bulleted, or select the text that has been numbered and for which you wish to change the numbering. Select Format, Bullets and Numbering from the menu bar, or right-click the selection and select Bullets and Numbering from the shortcut menu. Click on the Number tab if it is not in front. Select from the available gallery of alternative number styles. Click on OK or press Enter. If your document has lists in various pages, you can customize each list as separate or as a continuation from the previous series. In the Numbered tab of the Bullets and Numbering dialog box, you need to select Restart Numbering if you want the numbering series in each list to be separate and exclusive, or select Continue Previous List if you want the numbering series to continue from the earlier list. To remove numbered formatting from a list, you need to select the numbered text. Click on the numbering icon on the formatting toolbar to turn off the formatting. You can customize the numbering style by changing the format, font, starting number, or even the numbers and the position of the text from the margin. To customize numbering styles, you need to invoke the Bullets and Numbering dialog box again. In the Bullets and Numbering dialog box, ensure that the Numbered tab is in front. Select a number style of your choice from the gallery. Click on Customize to display the Customize Numbered List dialog box. Use the Font button to change the font. The Font dialog box opens for you to choose the font and format style. Click OK after you make your selection. Use the Number Style drop-down list to change the numbering series style. Use the increment or decrement arrows to define the starting at number in the numbered list. Use the increment or decrement arrows next to the aligned at box to increase or decrease the position of the number from the left margin. Use the increment or decrement arrows next to the indent at box to increase or decrease the position of the following text from the left margin. Preview the numbered list and click OK. There are times when your text contains multi-level lists, points within points within points, in a sort of hierarchy. Word allows you to apply the outlined numbered formatting to such multi-level lists. Like bullets and numbers, you can either apply the outlined numbers to existing text or to text that is yet to be entered. To apply outlined numbers to existing text, you need to select the complete list. Click on the numbering icon on the formatting toolbar. For each lower level, move to the start of the paragraph. Use the tab key to indent it further away from the left margin and click on the numbering icon on the formatting toolbar. The second level numbering automatically assumes a different number series in a different format style. Likewise, indent the third level points by moving to the beginning of the paragraph and using the tab key twice. The third level of numbering assumes a third number format style. This final output is an outlined numbered list. You can also use the decrease indent or increase indent buttons from the formatting toolbar instead of the tab key to create the second and third levels in the list. Word lets you type text into the document with default line spacing, which is set to auto. You can adjust the line spacing in the document to single, 1.5 or double spacing. You can also define very specific spacing by using the points unit to bring lines closer or set them apart. All line spacing formatting is available from the paragraph dialog box. To apply line spacing, you need to place the insertion point in the paragraph to which line spacing needs to be applied. Select Format, Paragraph. Select from the following available options. Before adjusts the line spacing before the object in points units. After adjusts the line spacing after the object in points units. Line spacing gives some default line spacing. Single is the default and does not add or reduce any spacing between the lines. 1.5 lines adds half a line extra spacing to the current single line spacing. Double adds an extra line spacing to the current single line. At least lets you specify the minimum spacing desired between two lines in terms of points in the at box. Exactly specifies the exact spacing desired in terms of points in the at box. Here, Word does not apply its own additional spacing if necessary. Multiple sets the line spacing in multiples of certain number in the at box. The default multiple spacing is 3 lines. At lets you specify a customized amount of spacing between lines in terms of points or lines. There are times when your document has dangling last lines or broken lines across pages, called orphans. You can control the way the text flows in the paragraph to give the document a neater finish. You apply text controls from the paragraph dialog box. To set text flow for paragraph formatting, you need to place the insertion point in the paragraph whose text needs to be controlled. Select Format, Paragraph. In the Paragraph dialog box, select the Line and Page Breaks tab. Choose from among the various text control options. Widow or Orphan control does not allow overlapping of short words at the end of a paragraph. Keep with Next lets you keep the paragraph and the following paragraph on the same page. Keep lines together. Ensure that all lines of the paragraph remain on the same page. Page break before makes the paragraph appear at the top of the next page, since a page break gets inserted before the paragraph. Suppress line numbers includes line numbers with the Format Section Layout command in the line count while doing pagination. Don't hyphenate turns off hyphenation of page numbers. The result of whatever you click on can be seen in the preview window. Make your selection and then click on OK or press Enter to apply the text control. You already know how to use headers and footers in your document. There are times, as in a technical book, when the headers or footers on the odd pages are different from headers and footers on the even pages. For example, a book may have the book title and page number or total numbers on the even pages, while the odd pages have the chapter name and the current page number. You can even define a different first page, no header or footer, typically seen in the chapter objectives page of a book. Word allows you to define different headers and footers from the Headers and Footers toolbar. You invoke the Header-Footer toolbar by selecting View, Headers and Footers. Click on the Page Setup icon. In the Page Setup dialog box, select the Layout tab. This tab shows you the different options that you can select. You can select one or both. Different Odd and Even lets you define different headers and footers for facing pages, odd or even. Different First Page lets you define no header or footer for the first page. You make your selection and then press OK to return to the header or footer entry mode. Type and align the text in the header text entry box. Use the Show Next button to move to the next page's header definition. Use the Switch Between Header and Footer button to define the footer text. Here too, use the Show Next button to move to the next page's footer description. Word allows you to enhance your text by using borders to enclose them within lines. Borders can be applied to paragraph text, tables, graphics, pages, or even the whole document. Borders can be on any side, top, bottom, left, right, all sides, or any one side. Word also provides a range of border styles to choose from. Like all formatting options, the outside border icon on the standard toolbar allows you to apply the default single line border. To apply default borders, you need to select the text around which the border needs to be applied. Click on the outside border button if the border style it indicates is what you want. Or, click on the down arrow next to the outside border button to select from the available list of alternative border styles. To use other styles of borders, you need to use the Borders and Shading dialog box. To customize borders, you need to select the bordered object. Select Format, Borders and Shading. Select the Borders tab. You can now customize the borders settings using these options. The setting portion lets you choose the type of border you want. Box merely outlines the selection. Shadow outlines the selection and applies a shadow effect to it. 3D defines a three-dimensional border effect. Custom lets you create your own border type. The style portion allows you to define the kind of line to be used in the border. There are different kinds of border lines in a scroll-down list that you can choose from. There are borders with single lines, with dots and dashes, double or triple lines, thick and thin lines. The color portion lets you define the color of the border style you have selected. The default color, automatic, is black. To choose a different color, you need to click on the down arrow next to the default color. You then select a color by clicking on it. This becomes the default border color, even in the outside border icon. The width portion lets you select the border thickness in terms of points. The default thickness is half a point. You can choose a different thickness by clicking on the down arrow next to the default thickness box and select the desired thickness from the drop-down list. The preview window allows you to see the effect of the border applied as well as lets you apply the border on the selection. The borders of the various sides can be applied by clicking on the buttons in the preview window. Alternatively, you can also click on the outer edges of the selection in the preview window to apply the border to a side. After defining all your custom settings, click on OK to apply the border. To remove a border from an object, you need to select the object that has the border defined. Click on the down arrow next to the outside border icon. Select the No Border style. Alternatively, you could remove borders by using the Borders and Shading dialog box. Click on the None option under the Settings area in the Borders tab. Click on OK to remove the border. Word also allows you to apply page borders. This is available from the Borders and Shading dialog box. To apply page borders, you need to select Format, Borders and Shading. Click on the Page Border tab. Select the setting option you want. Select the line, style, color and width as you did for object borders. Select an art effect if you like by clicking on the down arrow next to Art Effects and choosing from the drop-down list. In the Apply To box, select the range of pages that you wish to apply the page border to. Click on OK to confirm. In addition to borders, Word allows you to enhance the structured text even more by applying shadows and shading. To apply shadows or shading, you need to select the text or object you wish to apply shadow or shading to. Select Format, Borders and Shading. Click on the Shading tab. From these options, select the kind of shading you want. Fill defines the color for the background. The default is white. You can choose by clicking on a different color from the available color gallery. Style defines the visual pattern or color depth of the shading, where the default is no pattern. You can click on the down arrow next to Styles to scroll through a list of shading styles. Color sets the foreground shading color. The default, automatic, is white. You can click on the down arrow next to Color and choose a different foreground color. You use the preview window to see the result of the shading effects you apply. Make your selection and press Enter or click on OK to apply the shading effect. Word allows you to apply reverse colors in the text. That is, you can have white text on a black background. It is a simple case of selecting contrasting colors from the Shading tab. To apply white text on black background, you need to select the text or object, select Format, Borders and Shading, select the Shading tab, select Solid 100% from the Style drop-down list. Click on OK to apply the reverse effect. The selected text now appears like this. Hyphens are used for long words at the end of a line, whereby a word is split into two parts across two lines with a symbol connecting them. Word has an automatic hyphenation feature that works with you as you type using its internal codes and hyphenation dictionary. You should finish all other formatting features before you apply the hyphenation, because resetting of margins or paper size may result in reorganizing the text. Otherwise, you would have to re-hyphenate the text. To automatically hyphenate, you need to select the single word to be hyphenated, or for the whole document, place the insertion point at the beginning of the document. Select Tools, Language, Hyphenation from the menu bar. From the Hyphenation dialog box, select the hyphenation style you want. Automatically Hyphenate Document will automatically enable hyphenation for the document. Hyphenate words in caps lets you hyphenate words in uppercase letters if necessary. Hyphenation Zone lets you define the distance from the right margin within which the hyphenation will occur. Limit consecutive hyphenation to lets you define the maximum number of consecutive hyphenated lines. Make your selection and click on OK or press Enter to apply the hyphenation.